A chance at history. The Boston U Terriers have been setting new marks all season, and a title today would give them a four-peat in the Patriot League, a feat that hasn't been seen in 3 decades. BU is in the driver's seat after winning the opening 2 games. And on Friday, it was 3-time Pitcher of the Year Casey Ricard shutting down Army while setting the program's new record for strikeouts with 913. Colgate was on the brink of elimination after losing its first game of the postseason, but the power bats and stunning defense rose to the challenge and took down both Lafayette and Army to clinch a bid to the title game for the first time since 2011. Can Colgate power past BU, or will the Terriers hoist another trophy in Boston? The 2026 Patriot League Softball Championship concludes today on ESPN+. Nora McGennity and the Colgate Raiders looking to power their way to 2 wins for just their 4th championship in program history. Meanwhile, the Terriers of Boston U looking to four-peat and become just the 2nd team to win the title in 4 consecutive seasons here in Boston, Massachusetts. Hello and good morning to you. Welcome inside BU softball field. I'm Corey Naito. Well, we've got the top-seeded BU Terriers and the 2nd-seeded Colgate Raiders set to do battle here on a chilly morning as we look to beat Mother Nature with some rain. Speaking of trying to win and get victories, Colgate will have to try and do so here in Game 1, facing the Patriot League's best in Casey Ricard, who was fantastic yesterday, shutting down Army in the winner's bracket contest, twirling a complete game, allowing just 1 earned run en route to her 31st win of the season. And with her 7 strikeouts, she set the BU program record with 913 career strikeouts as she inches closer to the all-time league record. Meanwhile, Nora McGennity, what a season for the junior. If it wasn't for BU's Kylie Doherty, she would have easily been the player of the year. She has made a fantastic case here this week. How about 6 for 13 and a great home run robbery to help Colgate save off elimination twice. McGennity has the pop. So does Kylie Doherty. So will we see a slugfest potentially today? That remains to be seen, but these two have been one of the most prolific hitters in the Patriot League this season. Colgate with 87 home runs, Boston U with 62. Will we see a long ball here this morning? Colgate looking to win the championship for the 4th time in program history. They've won it in 99, 03, and 2007. Can 2026 deliver the 4th? Or will Boston U get its 4th straight, becoming just the 2nd team to four-peat in league history? Lineups, first pitch, coming up next. It's BU and Colgate for the championship on ESPN+. Boston University will be the visiting team in game number 1. Take a look at the lineup penciled in by Ashley Waters. This is a Terrier offense coming into the tournament, top 15 in runs scored, but really we haven't seen them explode like we're used to seeing. They have scored 10 runs in their first 2 games, but this lineup can certainly flip a switch, highlighted by Kylie Doherty, this year's Player of the Year, who's had a relatively quiet week, but maybe saving her best for last here to help the Terriers pick up title number 4 in a row here on BU's home turf. Boston U red hot as well, winners of 11 consecutive games, up to 45 wins overall on the season, and they just need one victory here today to earn the automatic qualifying bid to represent the Patriot League in the NCAA tournament. Meanwhile, Colgate comes in with 28 wins, and again, we talked about it all week. They are young, they are thin, they don't have a whole lot of depth, but that has not mattered for this Colgate squad, who has embraced the Wolfpack mentality. You might have heard it throughout the week on our mics, the howling that the Colgate Raiders like to do, and they are just worried about themselves and their little bubble, and so far so good. And they will turn to the freshman, now ace, Kelsey McGraw, for yet another appearance this week. She's making her 4th of the tournament and 2nd start. She has been really good overall in the year, a 3.90 ERA in just under 144 innings in the circle. The freshman from Lockport, Illinois, has posted a 2.40 ERA across 11 2/3 innings this week in the tournament. Most impressive, 12 strikeouts to 0 walks. She has come in to close the door in each of the 2 elimination games for Colgate, and the Raiders will go to their ace, who has been absolutely lights out this week, according to head coach Marissa Lamison-Myers. She will face the second baseman, Brooke Depies, senior table setter in her final year here with the Terriers, as the senior group looks to earn a 4th ring in as many years. We moved up the start time. Glad that you can make us a part of your Saturday morning, wherever you might be tuning in. It's the top-seeded Boston U and second-seeded Colgate here on Championship Saturday, and we are almost ready to get going. McGraw steps in the circle. Depies in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch popped up right field. Martin on the track makes the catch. And 1 pitch, 1 out. We are officially underway at 10:38 here in Boston. First pitch temperature 53 degrees. It was drizzling this morning. The tarp was on the field. But so far, so good, as we have a look at Kylie Doherty, the junior left fielder who had a big series against Colgate up in New York earlier this season. She is looking to get going here at the plate. Just 1 for 7 here in the tournament. Doherty in her junior season, the league's Player of the Year. In the top 5 in the NCAA in home runs and RBIs this year. An impressive season for the left fielder. McGraw will look to try and keep this BU offense at bay. She struggled against the Terriers during the regular season. BU tagged her for 12 runs on 10 hits in just 2 1/3 innings. Doherty puts a charge into this one. Martin looks up and it's gone! Kylie Doherty with a solo homer, second batter in the game. And the home run leader in the Patriot League adds another. Well, we were wondering if we would see the power from Kylie Doherty here today on Championship Saturday, and she gives us a quick answer. Some opposite field power off the bat of the junior. Martin, running out of real estate, goes into the trees for Doherty's 25th homer of the season, 84th RBI, and the Terriers strike first. First homer given up by McGraw this week. Karen McHugh, the designated player, getting the start here today. Ashley Waters shuffling her starting lineup a little bit. McHugh making the start. Some hitters moving up and down the lineup, and we have a quick circle visit here from Lamison Myers, the head coach of Colgate. And this is going to be key. Can Kelsey McGraw stay composed? The freshman has been so good this week, but as I mentioned right before the Doherty homer, Boston U has had great success against the first year. Her only 2 losses in Patriot League play this year have come against the Terriers. And just having another look, that pitch was on the outer third, and Doherty with just so much power. And then you can see the celebration. I mean, she knows that she's had a quiet tournament, but the Terriers are so deep, 1 through 9. Ashley Waters telling us this is the most prolific offense she's ever had here at Boston U. And Doherty able to come up with a huge hit to start this game. So it's a 1-0 count here to the sophomore designated player, and McHugh ahead in the count at the plate, 2-0. McHugh has primarily been a pinch hitter for Boston U this season, hitting .358 in 47 games, making her 16th start. 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. Slicing one foul down the left field line. Ashley Waters told us that McHugh has been the best pinch hitter in the program's history, and that's saying something, only a sophomore. But she has thrived in that situation and has been rewarded with a start here in Game 1 of the championship. Game 2 if necessary. This is lofted into foul territory. Mackenzie Lewis is there. There's 2 away. Defensively for Colgate, you've got Lewis, McGennity, Martin left to right in the outfield. Casio, Raffaelli, Tavares, Rivera third to first, and Haluska behind the plate. So that brings up the cleanup hitting right fielder Sophie Niver, who has been fantastic this week in the tournament. 2 for 3, 3 runs, a double, and RBI, has walked 3 times. Niver hitting .384, making her 43rd start of the season. 2 homers, 19 runs batted in. She has only been retired once this week. Good pitch by McGraw. So the freshman trying to settle in and just keep this a 1-run deficit. The first year so good for Colgate, has taken over the ace role of the staff for the Raiders. Good pitch. Niver was out in front on the load and decided not to pull the trigger. McGraw with 12 strikeouts in the tournament. Has 122 on the season. The 1-2 above the letters. Good eye from Niver, who has been extremely tough to retire here in the tournament. Second team All-Patriot League selection a season ago. A monster series against Colgate during the regular season, 6 for 8. On the outside corner, beautifully painted by McGraw. She gets a strikeout to close out the top of the first inning, but BU strikes first. And the league's home run leader, Kylie Doherty, bashing her 25th to give the Terriers a 1-0 lead.
For nearly 4 decades, the Patriot League has delivered high academic and athletic achievements in the NCAA while paving a bright future for its student athletes. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
Fed Credit Union, we help our members make the most of their personal finances so they can make the most of their dreams.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
The Patriot League on ESPN is on Instagram. Championship moments, amazing highlights, behind-the-scenes coverage, and features on the best and brightest student athletes in the NCAA. Follow us at Patriot League today.
Casey Ricard given a 1-0 lead to work with as she enters the circle for the first time here in the championship game number 6 of the week. Nora McGennity, the center fielder, will lead things off, and she offers at the first pitch. McGennity having an incredible tournament, the table setter for this Colgate team, scoring 13 runs in the tournament, top 20 in the country in home runs with 87. They have hit 4 this week, more than any team in the tournament. McGennity gives this one a ride, but right to right field, where Amy Metz was inserted in as a defensive replacement for Sophie Niver. McGennity hit it hard, but right to the corner outfielder. There is Casey Ricard, the 3-time Patriot League Pitcher of the Year, earning her 3rd consecutive honor to close out her senior season. The numbers spectacular. Set the program record in career strikeouts yesterday, as we mentioned, against Army. Carried a shutout into the 7th inning. After a quick hook on Thursday against 4th-seeded Lafayette, Ricard bounced back nicely. The batter, Annalisa Raffaelli, the shortstop. Raffaelli takes upstairs. Shortstop hitting .255 this year, 12 homers, 26 runs batted in. Raffaelli has homered in this tournament. She is 3 for 12. It'll be interesting to see what Casey Ricard has today. She was exceptional yesterday. Ashley Waters says that Ricard looked like herself. Had her pitches spinning the way she wanted to. She was near impossible to hit. This is popped foul out of play. '22nd complete game of the season yesterday for Ricard, an 83rd of her career. Surpassing Hall of Famer Audrey West for the all-time BU strikeout leader in program history. 2-2 is crushed into left center, past the outstretched Lions, up against the wall. Hustling to second ahead of the throw, Raffaelli, and it's a one-out double for the sophomore. Second double of the season for Raffaelli, of the tournament, excuse me. Her 14th double of the season. And just like that, Colgate has a runner in scoring position. Good piece of hitting from the sophomore, who's had a really good week. So here is Marina Tavares, the second baseman, Patriot League Rookie of the Year. Out of Fort Worth, Texas. Became the 7th Rookie of the Year in program history, including the 3rd under head coach Lamison Myers. The pitch chases a high one in and tight. Tavares 2 for 9 in this tournament. Delivered a game-tying single in the elimination game yesterday, the first of 2 Colgate had to play and win to earn a trip to the championship game. Ricard looking to work around the one-out double. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs. Raffaelli represents the tying run. Colgate trying to answer the Kylie Doherty solo homer in the top half of this inning. This young Colgate team, anchored by sophomores and freshmen. 12 of the 14 players on the roster underclassmen. Going against the senior ace in Ricard. Good pitch by the righty, able to nibble that inside corner. And it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes to the talented second baseman. Ricard comes home with the full count. Gets a light pop-up hit to short. Apala is there for out number 2. Good pitch by Ricard. She jammed Tavares, who has some power, and there's 2 down. Lily Haluska, the catcher, will be the batter. Defensively behind Ricard, it's Doherty, Lyons, and Metz left to right. Kupal, Apollit, Depies, Coyle around the infield, and Christopher behind the plate. Haluska, the cleanup hitting sophomore. .331 hitter, 15 homers, RBI leader with 54. Looking to capitalize and try and come up with a clutch 2-out hit here in the opening inning. Hit her 14th homer of the season yesterday. She's 3 for 9 in the tournament. Gives it a ride, but out in front. Misses a couple of cars in the parking lot. Haluska with power. Ricard, you have to be careful. Home runs have been a problem for the senior this year. She has allowed 24 this season, the most in any season of her career. 10 against Patriot League foes. And Haluska took Ricard deep in the regular season as well. Raffaelli still off at second after the 1-out double. 1-2 the count here to the dangerous catcher. Popped up behind home. Christopher flips off her mask, and that will land behind the backstop. So Haluska staying alive here, battling behind in the count. Colgate beating Lafayette and Army yesterday to get to the championship. Using the long ball and relying on some great pitching. The 1-2 and another spoil. See the crowd out on the berm there beyond center field, taking the game in. It's a good crowd on hand here despite the early time change. Ricard trying to toss a scoreless inning here to start her afternoon. Another foul. Haluska is on Ricard, just either a little early or a little late. But she is making the ace work in the circle early on. Ricard comes home again, and she wins the battle. Able to strike out Haluska after a long at-bat. First strikeout for the senior, and she works around the 1-out double. We head to the second. BU 1, Colgate nothing. helm of BU, 5-time Patriot League Coach of the Year, most wins in program history, and has led the Terriers to 7 Patriot League tournament championships. Looking for a four-peat here to join the Lehigh Mountain Hawks from 1993 to 96 as the only team in league history to win 4 in a row. Terriers up 1-0 against the freshman ace Kelsey McGraw, who served up a solo homer to the league leader in that department in Kylie Doherty. Megan Coyle, the number 5 hitter, will lead things off here in the second, senior first baseman. McGraw misses on the outside corner, and Coyle ahead in the count, 2-0 to start the second. McGraw has been a fantastic addition to this Colgate staff, along with Maya Servideo. Coaching staff said that they have been really fortunate to have a great 1-2 combo. Freshman, though, missing the zone on her first 3 here to Coyle. A .335 hitter with 12 homers and 56 runs batted in. She's slugging .626. Making her 59th start of the season. Takes all the way. That's a 4-pitch walk. And the first walk allowed by Kelsey McGraw here in the tournament. We mentioned early at the top that this BU offense coming in the top 15, averaging nearly 8 runs a game, haven't really exploded yet this week. Ashley Waters says that she believes her Terriers have yet to play their best softball. Cameron Lyons, the center fielder at the plate. And that's 5 in a row that I've missed from the freshman. Lyons picked up a hit against Army. 1 for 5 with a couple of RBIs this week in the tournament. Another one missing the zone. Lyons, a sophomore out of Oaklawn, Illinois, going against the Lockport, Illinois native in McGraw. And again, we will have another visit here from Marissa Lamison-Myers, trying to calm down her freshman ace. Again, this is the first time for Colgate, as you see Lamison-Myers doing a great job getting her freshman to smile and laugh here in a championship setting. First time for Colgate to be in the tournament since 2022. The bulk of this roster not on the team. They were finishing up their high school careers, or for some just starting. Meanwhile, Boston U, a good nucleus of upperclassmen, and everybody on the roster essentially, aside from the freshmen, have been in this tournament for now 4 straight years. And you see the Raiders giving their ace words of encouragement. Really cool moment right there. Marissa Lamison-Myers said, hey, this is a roller coaster season, but she's been enjoying the ride. There's been extreme highs, some extreme lows, with the inconsistency of rolling out a very young lineup, but Colgate is set for success for years to come. See if that reset will get McGraw back on track. The 2-0. It does. A strike on the outer third. Lyons, a second-team All-Patriot League selection this year. Hasn't had the year according to Cameron's standards, which is pretty incredible because she's having a really good year. You look at Cameron's numbers, she comes into today's game hitting the 4th best batting average at .357, 60 hits, 27 runs batted in, but Lyons believes she can be even better. Two, lifted, shallow left field. That will fall in for a hit in front of Lewis. 2 base runners aboard to open up the top of the second. Coyle and Lyons aboard. Second hit of the tournament for the center fielder. And here comes perhaps the hottest hitter in the BU lineup. Shortstop Kiyomi Apollit. The junior coming in on a 6-game hitting streak. Had a 3-run homer on Thursday against Lafayette. Apollit has driven in half of the runs scored by BU this week. 5 of the 10 off the bat of the shortstop. Scoring opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. Ball and a strike. BU swept Colgate in the regular season. Up in Hamilton, it was a wake-up call for the Raiders. They came into that series confident, but had a bit of a gut check. This is a chopper hit to second. Tavares steps on the bag, throws to first, not in time. Bit of a shift on there for Colgate. Tavares, the second baseman, was on the left side of the bag. Lyons cut out at second for out number 1. It's a fielder's choice for Apollit, who takes first. So runners at the corners. And that will bring up Livia Christopher, the catcher. Junior hitting .308 this year. No homers, 28 runs batted in, making her 48th start of the season. See if McGraw can work around the traffic here. You've got Coyle off at third. She led the inning off with a 4-pitch walk. Apollit over at first. McGraw gets the sign, comes home. Popped it foul, and it will run out of play. McGraw turning in a fantastic first season with Colgate. Just one of 2 first years to earn Patriot League Pitcher of the Week honors this season. Every other weekly honor for the pitchers went to a senior. This one called dead in the box. Aside from Bucknell's freshman Avery Power, it was Kelsey McGraw, the only other first year in the league to earn the weekly honor. That is pretty impressive. Has been pitching with a lot more confidence over the last month. Trying to carry that confidence here today against this daunting Boston U lineup that comes in sporting a .336 batting average, top 25 in the country, and a .980 OPS. Oh, 2 is a slow tapper hit to short, only play to first, a productive out. Livia Christopher adds another run for BU. It's 2-0 on the RBI ground out. 29th RBI of the season for the junior catcher, driving home Coyle as the walk comes around to score. Nice play by Raffaelli. She had to come charge and throw across her body. And that brings up the third baseman and number 9 hitter, Madeline Kupal. Kupal making her 50th start of the season, a .247 hitter. 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. OPS over 800 on the season for the first-year Terrier. Kupal, a Massachusetts native on this roster. Is that a bit of a Tough year offensively at time, but has been really good defensively. Made a great diving play yesterday to help the Terriers seal the win. That is low. And if my eyes aren't deceiving me, it looks like rain has started to fall here at BU softball field. A very light drizzle. Pollitt off at second. Fouled off the body of the third baseman. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. BU in its 10th straight title appearance. A remarkable stretch. And Kupal looking to walk this one off a little bit. Third baseman steps back in. A run in for the Terriers, up 2-0 here early. And what they need, just one victory to be crowned queens of the Patriot League. 2-2 tapped off the plate. McGraw would like to get the number 9 hitter here. You've got leadoff hitter Brooke Depies standing on deck. BU with 2 runs on 2 hits in the early stages against the first year. The break even. And another foul. Good at bat here by the third baseman. Good look at the gorgeous playing surface here at BU. The turf outfield certainly helps with this wet weather. That will certainly help the offense for the Terriers. Pollitt comes around to score from second. An RBI single for Madeline Kupal, who is in the midst of a 5-for-35 skid, gives the Terriers its 3rd run. Good piece of hitting by the first year. And that will do it for Kelsey McGraw. So the freshman all smiles. We mentioned a bit of a tough season for the first year. She was hitting over 300 in the middle of March. And the slide dipped her average, but right there delivering with a big-time RBI single. 3-0, Terriers up. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. For Colgate in the circle, Maya Servideo, the senior righty out of Yorktown, New York, coming in relief of Kelsey McGraw and trying to keep this a 3-0 deficit for the 2-seeded Colgate Raiders. Take a look at the numbers for the senior. 4.41 ERA and over 106 innings of work. Making her 4th appearance of the tournament. She's made 1 start, has allowed 5 runs, all earned in 6 2/3 innings, but the bulk of that damage coming in the first elimination game against Lafayette. Depies rips it foul. Servideo struggled with command against the Leopards. Ended up recording just 2 outs to start the game. Walked 5 hitters. Good pitch there. Depies out in front, fields the position well, and that ends the inning. But the Terriers tack on 2 more runs, highlighted by a clutch 2-out RBI single by freshman Madeline Kupal. And we go to the bottom of the second. Colgate down by 3. With one of the most prolific pitchers in Patriot League history, has a 3-run lead. Kayla Martin, the powerful left-handed right fielder, will begin things for Colgate here in the second inning. First pitch is up and away. Have a look at Marissa Lamison-Myers, 9th year leading Colgate, getting the Raiders to the tournament for the first time since 2022. Saw her Raiders stave off elimination twice yesterday. Hoping that her offense can get a spark like it did yesterday. After trailing 4-0 to Lafayette in its first elimination game, Colgate scored 7 runs in the 3rd and 4th innings, ended up putting a 10 spot up to eliminate the Leopards 10-5. Martin has been a big reason for the offensive production this season for Colgate. Very talented freshman right fielder. 2 for 6 this week with a homer, 3 runs batted in. Has also been very keen at the plate with her eye, 4 walks. And for that reason right there, able to lay off some close pitches on the corners. And she gets herself into a very hitter-friendly count. 11 homers and 45 RBIs for the outfielder on the season. In on the hands, coming in charging Depies to make the catch. That's twice we've seen Ricard bust some of the power hitters in this Colgate lineup in on the hands, and it has worked to perfection. Martin there and Tavares last inning. That brings up first baseman Tiela Rivera. Another freshman in this starting lineup. 3 freshmen today in the lineup for Colgate. Rivera having a solid season, a .239 hitter, 6 homers, 24 runs batted in. More of a glove-first first baseman. Ricard works the count even. Ricard earned a win in all 3 games against Colgate to help BU sweep the Raiders in the regular season. Gave up 6 earned runs in 17 innings of work. 2 balls and a strike here to Rivera. Colgate had a 1-out double from Rafaela, but unable to push her across to potentially tie the game. Terriers added 2 more in the top half of this inning. Wave and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ricard with 7 punch-outs yesterday in a dominant performance against Army. She looks to add to her all-time record in program history. She has 1 strikeout so far today. Make it a second. Two up and 2 down here in the bottom of the inning. 915 career strikeouts for the Massachusetts native. Base is empty. That will bring up the senior designated player, Alexa Acker. Acker was instrumental in that win against Lafayette yesterday. Really settled this young Colgate team down, both in the circle and at the plate. One of 2 seniors on this roster for the Raiders. Tossed 2 2/3 innings, allowed an earned run, but during that time, allowed Colgate's offense to start cooking. She did not go on the appeal, said first base umpire Kevin Thompson. Home plate umpire David Camp. You've got Thompson at first and Jonathan Hagenbuck at third. Acker, just a 139 hitter on the year, drove in her 3rd run of the season yesterday. Just missed, did Ricard. Ashley Waters, post-game yesterday, asked what the biggest difference was between her ace in the game against Army and opposed to her tournament opening appearance against Lafayette, where she only recorded the first 2 outs. And Waters said that basically for Ricard, it was just pitch execution. Said that Ricard looked like herself, and the coach extremely proud of the way she was able to bounce back. Casey was not happy with herself with that Thursday performance. Ashley Waters says the best players in the world are the ones who don't go away. Casey won't go away. In on the hands, and it's another one popped up behind home. 2-2 the count here to Acker. Trying to extend this inning while Ricard looked for a 1-2-3 second. Base is empty, 2 outs. The 2-2. Good take by Acker. Ricard only walked 4 Colgate hitters in those 17 innings up in New York during the regular season. Has yet to walk a batter here in the early going. This pitch lifted into center. Lions near the track, at the wall, leaps up, and it's gone! Alexa Acker delivering with a 2-out blast, and Colgate on the board. Her first homer of the season. And you can see the sign in the dugout, "Welcome to Slamilton." That is accurate. They have brought Slamilton to Boston. 5th homer launch by the Raiders this week. And Colgate on the board. It's a 3-1 ball game. And an unlikely culprit. You saw the reaction from Acker's teammates. That one just kept carrying. And the senior, who was instrumental yesterday, delivers here for the Raiders. Mia Cassio, the third baseman, now up. 4th homer allowed against Colgate for Ricard. 25th overall and 11th on the season. We mentioned the long ball has bitten her a couple of times this year. Cassio fouls it off. There has been times this season where Colgate has only won by hitting home runs as the rain continues to fall here. They have been able to manufacture some runs this week in the tournament, but the home runs certainly have provided the spark needed. Cassio out in front, and she's behind the count now, a ball and 2 strikes. Cassio 2 for 8 in this series, or tournament, I should say, 2 runs and a double. Looking to keep this inning going. Yesterday in the Lafayette elimination game, the lower third of the lineup for Colgate with Acker, Cassio, and Lewis were responsible for being the match to light the flame for this offense. Able to get on base, force some pressure on Lafayette, and then the big hitters delivered. Swing and a miss. Ricard able to bounce back with a strikeout, her 3rd of the game. But Colgate gets on a board with the solo blast from Acker. 2 in the books. BU up by 2 in the championship. Lead off the 3rd inning, and she has been fantastic this season. Got off to a fantastic start here. Her first at-bat of the game, a solo homer over the right field wall for her 25th long ball of the season to get the Terriers on the board. It's a 3-1 lead here for the 3-time defending champions. Offers at the first pitch, skies it to center. McGennity camps under. Makes the catch. 1 pitch for Maya Servideo to get the first out against the best player in the league this year. Be interesting to see how the Terriers fare against Servideo. She did not pitch against BU. Excuse me, she did. 2 appearances, 6 2/3 innings. Pitches in for a strike to Kieran McHugh, the designated player. Sophomore flew out to left her first time up. Wave and a miss. Servideo, 6 2/3 innings, 17 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts against BU. In a series that was a close game in game 1. It was a 5-3 win for the Terriers, but then BU took it to Colgate in the next 2 games, 10-0 Mercy Rule win and a 13-3 Mercy Rule win, both in 5 innings. See how that experience for this young Colgate team translates here, where the Raiders need to win here in this game to force a winner-take-all game 2, ideally later this afternoon. Called strike 3. Well-placed pitch by Servideo. Her first strikeout of the afternoon. 2 up and 2 down. So that will bring up Amy Metz, who was not in the original starting lineup. Came in for Sophie Niver in the bottom of the first inning to play right field. Niver went down looking, and now this is Metz's first at-bat. Metz, a 171 hitter, appearing in her 46th game with the Terriers this season, has made just 7 starts. 6 for 35 at the plate. Off the end of the bat, cued down the first base line. Metz in her senior season out of Lakewood, California. Oh, 2 the count, bases empty. Servideo looking for a 1-2-3 third to get the bats back at the plate. Big inning here to try and throw up a momentum 0, if you will. You get a little spark with the Alexa Acker solo homer to get Colgate on the board. If you can silence this potent Terrier offense, Colgate can carry some momentum, but this is drilled into center, but caught by McGennity, who has shown great range all week long, and Servideo faces the minimum in the third.
For nearly 4 decades, the Patriot League has delivered high academic and athletic achievements in the NCAA while paving a bright future for its student athletes. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
PenFed Credit Union, we help our members make the most of their personal finances so they can make the most of their dreams.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
The Patriot League on ESPN is on Instagram. Championship moments, amazing highlights, behind-the-scenes coverage, and features on the best and brightest student athletes in the NCAA. Follow us at Patriot League today.
Being a CARE champion is confirmation of what we know. Patriot League priorities and values are strong. The Patriot League operates in a manner that requires the athletics experience be integrated into the educational mission of our institutions. We ensure our student athletes are able to be students first.
The Patriot League Softball Championship is brought to you by PenFed. PenFed is an official credit union partner of the Patriot League. Herb Jones. Herb Jones is the official championship jeweler of the Patriot League. And the Patriot League. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League. Trophy on the line for these 2 teams. Boston U leading Colgate 3-1. Number 9 hitter Mackenzie Lewis to lead it off here for the second-seeded Colgate Raiders against Casey Ricard, who has allowed just 2 hits, with 1 being a solo homer. Lewis 1 for 7 in this tournament, takes a strike at the knees. Hitting just 103 on the season, making her 46th start with Colgate. Does have some sneaky power in the bat, though. Pitch is up and away. Rain continuing to fall here. See if that affects Ricard in the circle. Against this Colgate lineup that has scored 13 runs this week, belting 5 homers thanks to the Acker homer in the second. 88 total long balls on the season for Colgate. This is popped up left side of the infield. Kupal, the third baseman's there. So we go back to the top of the order for Colgate with the talented junior Nora McGennity. This will be a fun matchup all game long. McGennity versus Ricard. The center fielder has homered twice against the Boston Ace this season. She lined out sharply to right her first time up. Having an incredible week here in Boston in the tournament. The 1-0 off the end of the bat. Yesterday in the win against Lafayette in McGennety's record-setting 179th at-bat of the season, she launched her 22nd homer of the year, adding to her single-season program record. It was part of a career-high 5 RBI games. Racked up 4 hits, falling a triple shy of the cycle. Lifts this one down the left field line, and it will hang up in the air for Doherty to track it down in foul territory. So the top hitter for Colgate, 0 for 2 here in the championship. 2 up and 2 down, and that will bring up Raffaelli, the shortstop. Boston U has been playing some solid defense this week. So has the hitter at the plate in Raffaelli. She made an incredible double play to close out a 4-2 win to eliminate Army to help Colgate play here today. It was a hot shot that took a weird hop, but the shortstop stayed with it, gloved it above her head, and in all-in-one motion stepped on the bag at second, fired to first to end the game. Rain starting to pick up a little bit. Raffaelli smoked a double into the left center field alleyway her first time up with 1 out. That was back in the first inning, but Ricard got a pop-up and a strikeout to end the Colgate threat. In on the hands, doesn't get the call. Ricard not happy. She thought that nicked the zone. Raffaelli now ahead in the count, 3-0. The ace has yet to walk a hitter here in the championship. That's in for a strike. With that double in the first inning, that was the first hit for Raffaelli against the Terriers this season. She went 0 for 8 in the regular season, but did not strike out. 3-1, and she rips it foul. So from 3-0 to 3-2, and you can see why Ricard is just so darn good. Frustrated on that pitch that missed to make it 3-0, and she comes back with 2 strikes. Ricard looking for her first 1-2-3 inning of the day. She gets it. Comes back from 3-0 to strike out Raffaelli. 4th punch out for Ricard. She's tossed 3 strong innings here on Championship Saturday. We go to the 4th. BU up by 2. Colgate won. Third straight year the top two seeds have made the championship game. Winner will, well, if Boston U wins, I should say, they will clinch its fourth straight title and go to the NCAAs. Colgate needs 2 wins here. Megan Coyle, the hitter, against Maya Servideo. In relief of the ace, Kelsey McGraw, the first year went 1 2/3, allowed 3 runs on 3 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Coyle walked and scored back in the second. That just missed. And Servideo behind 3-0. Coming off a 1-2-3 third inning, she has retired all 4 batters she's faced until now. A 4-pitch walk to Coyle, second one today for the first baseman. She led off the second with a free pass, ended up coming around to score on an RBI ground out. A run in the first, 2 in the second for BU. Colgate with a homer in the second inning. That brings up Cameron Lyons, the center fielder. Sophomore shows bunt, gets it down to third. Cassios only plays the first, and Tavares can't squeeze it. Heading to third, Coyle, and BU in business. Lyons was sacrificing herself to push Coyle in scoring position. The throw a little low, but hit the glove of Tavares. And just like that, the Terriers threatening here to break this one open. And the hottest hitter in the lineup, Kiyomi Pollitt, looking to extend her hitting streak to 7 games, digs in. First pitch is up and in. Pollitt reached on a fielder's choice, came around to score in the second inning. 3 hits and 6 at-bats for the junior this week. Runner takes off to second. They throw straight through. Tavares will just walk back the runner in Lyons. No harm, no foul. So another error for this Colgate team. That's the 7th this week in the tournament. Colgate with 3 infielders to the left side against Pollitt. Another throw down to second. And again, you've got Lyons scampering back to first. See if we get a look here of the shift for Colgate. 3 infielders to the left side. Closest to the bag is second baseman Marina Tavares. You see that wide gap on the right side for Pollitt. Servideo trying to battle her way back and work around the defensive miscue. Pitch is popped down the right field line, and it will twist out of play into the bullpen. Big at-bat here. Servideo would love to get a Pollitt out without a run coming in. Junior awaits the pitch, ropes it foul. Pollitt earning a second-team All-Patriot League selection this year. Against Colgate this season, really good numbers. 4 for 10, a double, a homer, and an RBI. Last year only had 1 hit in the tournament. It was a home run. She's got 3 here this year. Coyle off at third. She led the inning off with a walk. Got Lyons over at first, who went to sacrifice but reached on the error. The pitch. Just off the outside corner. Pollitt showing a good eye. Second walk of the inning. And BU has loaded the bases up without a hit. And that will call for a circle visit with Marissa Lamison-Myers, the head coach. Throwing error on Cassio. for those keeping score at home. And this is a tipping point here for Colgate. Down by 2. You've got the bases loaded with nobody out. Not an ideal situation. Meanwhile, for the Terriers, this is a prime spot to take most of the wind out of the sails of this young Colgate squad. Mentioned that BU swept Colgate in all 3 games at Hamilton. The 10-0 win in the middle game. BU scored a run the first, 7 in the second, then adding runs in the 4th and 5th. That is the offense that BU has been accustomed to. When they score quick and in bunches. They put up a 10 spot in the 2nd inning in the series finale against the Raiders. First pitch to Olivia Christopher, a little inside for a ball. Christopher with an RBI ground out to cap off the 2-run 2nd inning. That's in for a strike. Head coach Ashley Waters told us this week, if you told her that Liv would be hitting over 300 this year, coach would have said no way. She has always been a defensive first catcher, but the offense has taken a next step here this season. Not too shabby to have a 300-plus hitter penciled in the 8 hole of your lineup. This is sharply hit to the shortstop, Raffaelli. The throw low, can't be scooped out by Haluska. Coyle slides in, 4-1 BU. Not sure if that slipped out of the hand of Raffaelli, but the throw just did not have enough behind it. Haluska tried to impersonate a first baseman, scooping it out to no avail. Bases still loaded. Lions now the lead runner at 3rd. Pollitt up to 2nd. Christopher at 1st. In for a strike to Kupal, the 3rd baseman, who delivered with a 2-out RBI single. As we have another look at the play at the plate, it was in the glove momentarily, and then the catcher, Haluska, unable to keep possession. So the 2nd error this inning for the young Colgate team. See how the Raiders can try and keep composure. Yesterday, it got a little hairy in the 7th inning against Army. This pitch drilled right field, but playable for Martin. Martin comes up throwing. The throw is cut off. A sacrifice fly for Madeline Kupal, who has her 2nd RBI of the game. 5-1 Terriers. So the 8 and 9 hitters for BU getting it done here today. We told you that this is one of the most prolific offenses that Ashley Waters has ever had. And they've scored 10 runs in 2 games. They already have 5 here on Championship Saturday. And that hits Depies. And it will reload the bases as the 2nd baseman reaches for the first time. So things starting to unravel a little bit here for Colgate in the top of the 4th. And now you've got Kylie Doherty, the single-season record holder in home runs and RBIs, who already has left the yard today at the plate. They checked on Depies momentarily to make sure she was all right. So the base is loaded. 1 out here in the 4th. And the dangerous Doherty coming to the dish. 1 for 2 with the solo homer back in the 1st. She was 1 for 7 through the first 2 games of the tournament for BU. A rare, quiet stretch for the junior, who has been magnificent all season long. Ropes it on the ground, foul, quickly behind the count, 0-2. Doherty flew out to deep center her last time up. What an impressive season for the junior. Player of the year, continuing to break records. 0-2. Foul tipped in and out of the middle of Haluska. Unhappy she wasn't able to squeeze it. Pollock at third. Christopher at second. Depies at first. 2 runs already in. That floats outside. Good take by Doherty. Doherty hit .492 against Patriot League pitching this year. An OPS over 1,000. She had an OPS over 1,600, actually. Her slugging was over 1,000. She has crushed Colgate pitching as well. In the series during the regular season, 6 for 11, driving in 8 with a homer. And she drills this one to left center field, and it's out of here! Kylie Doherty saving her best for last, and she busts this game wide open. A grand slam for the Patriot League Player of the Year. Unreal. Kylie Doherty with just 1 hit this tournament. She has 2 hits here today, both being homers, and this one in grand fashion. Wow. And with that swing, it ties the Patriot League all-time RBI record with 171. And we have a new pitcher in for Colgate. What a season. Kylie Doherty. 2 homers here today. 5 RBIs for the junior left fielder. The Player of the Year having a season of a lifetime. So congratulations once again to Kylie Doherty. And the new pitcher continuing to warm here for Colgate. It will be Alexa Acker, who homered in this game as well. Have another look. The powerful swing, and this was a missile, a low-lining line drive, and it cleared the left center field wall. And you see the celebration and the little dance afterwards. Doherty has mastered that home run trot. There's no doubt about it. So it is Alexa Acker, the senior, in relief of Maya Servideo. Kieran McHugh, the hitter. First pitch is in for a strike. McHugh 0 for 2 today, a flyout and a strikeout. A bouncer up the middle. Tavares can't get to it. It sneaks into center field. Another hit here in the inning. And the Terriers about to send the 9th hitter to the plate in Amy Metz. Metz lined out sharply to center her first time up as McHugh will be replaced. Pinch runner at first base now for the Terriers. It is Ava Johnson, looks like the sophomore. Metz the hitter. She lined out to center to close out the third inning. Acker, the third pitcher used here for Colgate, as BU's offense exploding here in the championship game. They are 1 run shy of matching their total offensive output in their first 2 games this week. That's on the outside corner for strike 2. Mentioned Acker was really good yesterday in the first elimination game against Lafayette. 1 run in 2 2/3 innings. This is a tapper hit to third. Casio goes to second, and that's all they'll get. So Metz reaches on the fielder's choice. Johnson cut out at the bag. There's 2 away in the inning. Terriers batting around. Megan Coyle got the inning started with her second walk of the game. And she laces one into second, and it's there. Tavares on the catch to end the inning. But what an inning it was for the Terriers, exploding for 6 runs, highlighted by the Doherty grand slam. Colgate has some work to do, thanks to the big swing from the Patriot League Player of the Year. 2 swings, 2 homers, and a lot of celebration for Kylie Doherty and Boston U. Boston U Terriers gives Casey Ricard an 8-run lead to work with as we venture into the bottom of the 4th. Marina Tavares offers at the first pitch, and Lyons is there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away as the Rookie of the Year, 0 for 2 here in this championship. Lily Haluska, the catcher, will be the batter. Lyons has been busy this week. Terriers, 29-4 all-time in tournament games. In their 10th consecutive title appearance, they are 7-3 in terms of winning championships during that stretch. Meanwhile, Colgate looking for its first title since 2007 and will need to have an epic comeback against the 3-time pitcher of the year here in the Patriot League. Lily Haluska, the catcher, went down swinging in her first at-bat against Ricard. It was an 8-pitch at-bat. Haluska ultimately falling short against the talented righty. Here's the 2-0. Haluska Puts a jolt into it down the left field line. Heck of a diving effort by Doherty. He's been laying it all out there. We saw her smack that grand slam in the top half of this inning. Getting a little dirty here, trying to corral that fly ball. Have to love the effort from the junior. Her along with Ricard in the circle have been the dynamic duo leading the way for the Terriers, along with Brooke Depies, who was the Defensive Player of the Year for the second straight season. Haluska pops it up. Will this stay in play? No. Haluska 3 for 10 now in this tournament. One of those 3 hits being a homer. The team MVP for Colgate, according to head coach Lamison Myers. 2-2, yanked foul. While a lot of her teammates are having big, flashy years, Haluska has had a solid season. The numbers are there, just hasn't gotten the recognition. But she has been sensational handling the pitching staff, especially guiding freshman ace Kelsey McGraw, all while dealing with an injury this season. That is upstairs and the count full. Ricard has yet to walk a batter, has given up just 1 run on 2 hits. The lone blemish, a solo homer from Alexa Acker back in the second inning to make it a 3-1 game at that time. Ricard with 4 more strikeouts here today. Haluska, almost a defensive swing. That looked like that was heading towards her abdomen. Able to just get a piece to stay alive. Ricard, beloved by her teammates and coaching staff. Ashley Waters says that they'll FaceTime weekly. You don't have that type of relationship very often. Haluska crushes it foul. Ricard, well-liked wherever she goes, puts a smile on people's faces. She's a ball girl with the Boston Red Sox and opted to stay with the Terriers in a day and age where the transfer portal has been running rampant, shattering programs trying to keep their top talent. Swing and a miss. Ricard, a top talent in the Patriot League, continuing to show why. 5th punch out for the ace. Two up and 2 down. And since that home run, Acker, you've got Casey Ricard in a groove now. 6 consecutive hitters retired. Kayla Martin, the right fielder, takes the first pitch a little snug for a ball. Martin popped up to second her first time up. Martin, the second best hitter in the Patriot League, only behind Doherty in conference play. Entered the week tournament second in average, hitting .490, second in slugging, tied for first in on-base percentage. Also top 3 in OPS and home runs. 1-1, she rolls it over softly to Depies. That's a 1-2-3 inning. Turned in by Casey Ricard. 7 consecutive Colgate hitters retired as she keeps it a 9-1 lead. The 3-time reigning pitcher of the year, flexing her muscle in the circle here in Championship Day.
For nearly 4 decades, the Patriot League has delivered high academic and athletic achievements in the NCAA while paving a bright future for its student athletes. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
PenFed Credit Union, we help our members make the most of their personal finances so they can make the most of their dreams.
PenFed's got great rates for everyone.
The Patriot League on ESPN is on Instagram. Championship moments, amazing highlights, behind-the-scenes coverage, and features on the best and brightest student athletes in the NCAA. Follow us at Patriot League today.
Top of the fifth inning we go here in the championship game. Boston U needing one win to four-peat. And they are almost halfway there. 9-1 lead for the Terriers. They could put up a couple of runs here. They only need two technically, or excuse me, one. But they will pick up the fourth straight championship and continue their masterful performance. Exploded for 6 runs in the fourth. This pitch is outside. So again, the 8-run rule is in effect right now. But if you're BU, you'd like to add a little bit more, only because Colgate can run into a couple. Cameron Lyons, the center fielder, the batter, on base twice today. A single, an error, and a run scored. 3-1 tapped foul. We've had really close games all week long. A little bit surprising that the championship game would be perhaps the most lopsided of the two between the top 2 seeded teams. BU has had its way with Colgate this year. Here's a high tapper hit to second. Taveras bobbles it. Another error for the freshman here this week. Another error in the game for Colgate. Not sure if Marina just took her eye off the ball there. She had a couple of errors in the first game of the week for the Raiders. And that'll just come with time. More experience, more confidence. First championship game at the collegiate level for the freshman of the year. And that brings up Apollo, the shortstop, facing that extreme pull shift you see. Again, 3 infielders to the left side for Colgate. The junior on base twice today, reached on a fielder's choice and a walk, has scored both times. Acker, the third pitcher used here by Colgate. Maya Servideo running into some tough luck, a couple of errors. In an inning and 2/3, she gave up 6 unearned runs. 6 runs all coming last inning for the Terriers, highlighted by the grand slam from Doherty. Apollo gets underneath this one. Left side, Haluska makes the catch. One down here as Haluska grabs her mask. Mentioned the team MVP according to the coaching staff this year. So that brings up Livia Christopher, the catcher. 0 for 2 officially. Does have an RBI today. Also scored and reached in the fourth on an error, but it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here instead. So it's going to be Olivia DeLong in for Livia Christopher. So DeLong will get her first at bat here in this championship game. DeLong, a .238 hitter, takes a strike. 5 for 21 this season, making her third appearance. Lefty against the righty, senior Acker. That's fouled off. Looking ahead for Colgate, it will be 6, 7, 8 due up. Rivera, Acker, and Casio. Again, BU already up by 8. Terriers would like to add some more to make it a bit tougher for Colgate to extend this game. BU got on the board first with a solo homer from Doherty, then tacked on 2 runs in the second with RBIs from the number 8 and 9 hitters, Christopher and Kupal. A high chopper steered fair down the third base line. Pinch hitter DeLong delivers with the single. 2 on and 1 out here in the visiting half of the 5th. So DeLong going the other way. And the freshman Kupal coming to the plate. Kupal, 2 RBIs today. RBI single with 2 outs in the second and a sac fly RBI in the 4th. Pitches inside. Acker trying to keep these runners on base. You got first and second, 1 out. Catches the outside corner. Two balls and a strike. Lyons, the lead runner, off at second base. That's on the outside corner again, strike 2. Kupal did not like that call. On deck, the leadoff hitter, Brooke Depies. Two. Just missed inside, count full. The freshman rounding out the order for this prolific offense. Here's the payoff. A slow tapper hit to second. Taveras will gobble it up, throw over, and there's 2 away. Both runners moving into scoring position. Lyons over to third and DeLong up to second. 2 outs for Depies, the second baseman, who's had a quiet tournament after she was last year's tournament MVP. 4 for 11 last year en route to the 3rd title for BU. She's 1 for 9 here this week. But again, that just shows how deep and balanced this Boston University lineup is. Your leadoff hitter has been able to get on base, but not at the clip you're used to. But it has not been a problem. She'll get on base here, rips it into right field. 2 runs will come to score as that one pinballs around. Heading to third base, Depies. A big-time hit for the senior, adding to the Terrier lead. Depies with her second hit of the week. Makes it 11-1. Have another look. It was rocketed, and Martin had it bounce off of her knee and had to play it underneath the wall. Depies with great speed, able to reach third, no problem. The Terriers loud and proud in that third base dugout. 2-run triple for Depies. 6th of the season. You see Acker having a conversation with her head coach at this point. Just trying to keep things loose, Marissa Lamison-Myers is. I mean, they have been playing with house money. She told us this week nobody expected Colgate to be where they are. Most wins in a regular season in well over a decade. Felt that they got snubbed with certain awards. And they are just focused on their bubble, their pack, if you will. And just trying to make this as fun as possible for her young squad. Here is Kylie Doherty again. 2 homers on the game. The pitch, blown away. Doherty with a solo shot in the first to get BU on the board, and then a grand slam in the fourth. And that is a 4-pitch walk. Probably not a bad idea. So that brings up Karen McHugh, the designated player, getting the start here in the championship. After primarily being the go-to pinch hitter for the Terriers this season. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. McHugh 1 for 3 today, singled her last time up. McHugh, the lefty, against the righty Acker. First pitch, called a strike. 7th hitter to come to the plate after the Terriers sent 10 last inning. DePies off at third with that 2-run triple to extend the lead to 10. Runner to second, and Doherty, they've got her caught up in a rundown. A run comes in to score, and Doherty holds the run down long enough to allow DePies to come across and make it 12-1. Another crooked number for this potent Terriers offense. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 12-1, BU in command. Season long, download the ESPN app or go to patriotleague.tv. BU 3 outs away from a convincing championship victory. They would win by the mercy rule. If you're up by 8 after 5, game is over. And ironically, we've had really good games, but championship Saturday, well, the Terriers offense saving some, perhaps, for a firework display at the plate. Scoring multiple runs in 3 of 4 innings. The only inning they did not score was in the 3rd. Casey Ricard dealing with Tiela Rivera. First pitch is outside. Rivera struck out back in the second, her only at-bat, one of 5 strikeouts for Ricard, who is looking to send the Terriers to the NCAA tournament for the 4th straight year. In for a strike. Ricard masterful yesterday. A complete game victory, surrendering just 1 run against Army. A big bounce back after recording just 2 outs in the first inning in her tournament initial appearance on Thursday. Colgate with just 1 run on 2 hits with 3 errors. Alexa Acker solo homer back in the second, the lone run-producing hit for this powerful and high-scoring Colgate offense. 2-1 is high, good take by Rivera, and she's in the driver's seat. Ricard has been an anchor for BU, joining a list of phenomenal pitchers to dominate in the circle for the Terriers. Popped foul, count 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that one almost plunked the first baseman on the helmet. Had to duck out of the way. Ricard looking to battle back. She has yet to allow a free pass here today. Here's the payoff. Called strike 3. Rivera thought it was a ball, and that is the 6th K of the day for Ricard. The Terriers 2 outs away from clinching a 4th straight title. Senior designated player Alexa Acker, the batter, the only hitter to really get to Ricard. Able to sneak her first homer of the season over the right center field wall in the second inning. The only other hit, a double from the shortstop Raffaelli in the first. And on the hands, good pitch from Ricard, and Acker quickly behind 0-2. Ricard dominating again here today. One and two the count to Acker, who has done everything she could in her senior season with Colgate to get the Raiders to this championship game and have a chance. The pitch. Up and away, count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lower third of the lineup trying to get something going to extend this game. Ricard comes home, the 2-2 is golfed at and out of play. Colgate in the tournament for the first time since 2022, turning heads and putting the league on notice. Only 2 outs to work with to keep their season alive, make it 1. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ricard. 7 here on Championship Saturday. The all-time BU leader in career strikeouts continues to add to her ledger. Came in with 913. She's at 920. Roller over to third, and it's foul off the bat of Mia Cassio. The last chance for Colgate to keep this game alive. Casey Ricard with a historic season, a historic career. This is drilled left field, long run for Doherty, and it's over her head, but foul. Cassio put a jolt into it, but couldn't steer it fair. See Coyle coming over, having a quick word with her ace in Ricard. Looking to strike out the side to put a bow on a historic season in the Patriot League. To put a bow on a historic career. Again, the Terriers would earn a 4th straight title and an automatic qualifying bid to compete in the NCAAs. And Ricard has been the machine that has driven this team. 31 victories, the most in NCAA Division I softball. Just outside, Ricard and the entire infield jumped in the air, ready to celebrate. Wow. Ricard a strike away from adding to her win total. Just outside again, Brooke Depies was ready to celebrate again. Started to trot in from second. Ashley Waters sitting calmly. The 2-2, 2 outs, bases empty. Ricard and the Terriers a strike away. Popped up. Cassio making the Terriers wait a little longer potentially. Ricard, so good today, so good yesterday, so good in her career. Looking to put this one away. Cassio again spoils. Two strikeouts in this inning for Ricard. Cassio battling. Here's the pitch. Rolled over to third. Grabbed by Kupal. Over to first. And the Terriers win it for a 4th straight season. A 4-peat in the Patriot League for the first time in 3 decades. And Boston U's historic run will continue to the NCAAs. A dominating 12-1 victory to close out the tournament. And Boston University continues to etch their names in the history books. Individually, as a team, this has been one of the best seasons for the Terriers, led by that young woman right there, Casey Ricard, who is embraced by her head coach, Ashley Waters. They share a special bond together along with the rest of this Terriers team. And the Boston University Terriers join only the Lehigh Mountain Hawks as the only other team in league history to win 4 consecutive league titles. And it has been quite some time since we've seen such a feat here in the Patriot. Boston U dominating here on Championship Saturday, a 12-1 win A well-balanced attack offensively. Casey Ricard did her thing in the circle. And they take down a very talented and young Colgate team. And what a shot. Ricard celebrating with the fans out on the berm. And she has meant so much to this program. Fans texting, tweeting, taking videos. They are going to celebrate here in Boston as the Terriers are heading back to the NCAAs for yet another season. What a year. 46 wins on the season. They have won 12 in a row, put up 12 runs in the championship game. They put up 10 total in the first 2 victories this week. Ashley Waters told us that she believes her Terriers have yet to play their best softball. Today may have been the first step for that. Congratulations to Colgate, a really good season. Unexpected, but Colgate believed in themselves, and they are the runner-ups to the Boston University Terriers here in 2026. We should be hearing from Paige Messier momentarily. We'll be down on the field talking to some key members of the Terriers as they become just the second team in league history to win 4 in a row. And we'll throw it down to Paige.
Love it. I'm with Kylie Doherty and Casey Ricard. Kylie, I'm going to start with you. You started the game off with a home run. Then you got the grand slam, running into the home plate. What did that mean to you, just knowing the impact that you made on the game?
I think it was just knowing, like, the separation that gave us, and it gives us a little bit of breathing room to let Casey throw her pitches just, like, with a little bit more confidence. So really, I think going back on defense, it just gave us the confidence to do what we need to do.
In a long couple of days, right? How satisfying is it for you to end up on top?
It's always satisfying. Who doesn't love winning? But our team's put in the effort, put in the work, and so I know, like, full team effort, but we could get it done.
And Casey, on to you. What a successful career you've had the past 4 years. Ending it off, being a champion, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it means everything. Our team works so hard all year long, and everyone has their own battles mentally, physically. I mean, everyone just gave everything they had for this, and I think it shows in the end. So, I mean, everyone played a great season, a great game, and I'm just excited that we won.
And I know you're a team player, but you had so many accomplishments over the year. You're all over the record books. Just looking back, what's been your favorite part of being a Terrier?
This part, the championships, I mean, being able to compete every year and having a coaching staff that puts us there is just amazing. Everyone loves each other, and the culture here is just great.
Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank
Corey,
you.
You're welcome. I'll send it back to you.
Paige, thank you so much. Congratulations to Kylie Doherty and Casey Ricard, the dynamic duo leading the Terriers to a 4th consecutive league title. Ricard, the senior, Doherty, a junior, both of them record setters. So the Terriers will come on out, get some pictures with the trophy. That feeling certainly doesn't get old as we have another look at the final out. A great snag over there at third by the freshman, Kupal. And the celebration begins in front of the circle. Number 1 in the Patriot League yet again, and we'll toss it down to Paige Messier standing alongside Ashley Waters.
From history, you guys have gotten a 4-peat. What has it taken? I'm with Coach Ashley Waters. First time in the program history that you guys have gotten a 4-peat. What has it taken for this program to get to this point?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of incredibly talented kids who just won't give in. There's highs and lows, and I think every coach will tell you this, but they just stay the course. They love each other. They love playing the game. Yeah, I mean, I'm in awe of them and incredibly proud of what they are able to accomplish.
And so many accomplishments this year. The 4 major award winners winning the championship in this way, first seed. What's going to be the favorite part that you'll look back and remember about this group in particular?
I mean, we have an incredible senior class who is led not only on the field but off the field. I mean, the talent of Kylie Doherty, right? There's been heroes at different series throughout the whole entire year. So you never know when it's your moment, and I feel like they've all utilized their moments and shined in their moments, and yeah, it's just really special.
Well, Coach, awards are starting, so go
Okay,
celebrate. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you, Corey.
Thank you, Paige. Thank you, Coach Waters. Coach Waters told us earlier this week that it's lonely at the top, and the Terriers have to find a way to stay within themselves. I think they enjoy being alone at the top. 4 straight years of dominating the Patriot League. Casey Ricard, a big reason why. Kylie Doherty as well. Kiyomi Apollo with a really nice tournament as well, the junior shortstop. It came from all different phases in this game all week long for the Terriers to pick up title number 4 in a row. Kylie Doherty got us started as the league leader in homers, blasted a solo shot and a grand slam, and the Terriers never looked back after that. A 12-1 dominating win here in Boston on their home turf to clinch their 4th straight title. For director Daniel Ananen, stage manager Dominic Proietti, Kira McLaughlin, the technical director, Rachel Mannix, our replay operator, Brennan Walsh, video board, Abby Smith, graphics, Jack Hughes, graphics assistant, and executive producer Jimmy Johnson. I'm Corey Naito saying so long from Boston University, where Casey Ricard and the Terriers clinched their 4th straight title. For the first time in 30 years, we have a 4-peat in the Patriot League.